Chatting here with Turkey Valley coach Mark Scott. Last week, the Trojans went to Clarksville and ended up with a 60-24 loss. And coach, after looking at the film of that one, what were your takeaways?
Well, they blocked and tackled better than we did. I mean, they got on us on when they were on offense. They got on blocks. They were much more physical than we were. We had a hard time getting off blocks, especially early. We got better as the game went on, and didn't tackle well to start. Spotted them 22 points right off the bat.
And a couple of times on offense, you did getting yourself in a position to score and just didn't finish those drives. What was the difference between moving the ball between the 20s and put the stop sign getting put up when you got to the
Well,
red zone?
well, the one was a fumble going into the end zone. Player tried to extend it out and get it across the zone, but they see that on TV. I just try to negate that. But that was one. He was just trying to make a play, cost us there. The other one was a couple missed assignments on blocking. They came out in a little something different. I think it kind of confused us a little bit. We went to a second level before we got the first level taken care of, and that stalled the drive that was inside the 5. I mean, that was just bad time to make poor decisions, make mistakes. It was inside the 5, inside the 10.
I know you were dealing with some new players in new positions, and I know you do your best to get the new kids up to speed, but how much of a challenge is it when the kids you're replacing some injured kids with are pretty darn green?
Yeah, that's a little truth to that. And the other part was it was the very first kickoff. We lost our starting defensive end, so then we were really in scramble mode. But luckily, we repped somebody there, but he hadn't played there. Like, he played really well though. Trey came in and he did well for us by all means. But then other kids were, you're kind of in that what if mode. But yeah, I mean, the kids that came in, they did what they could have, and you're right, we did have kids playing linebacker. That was a spot we didn't. Both our missing starting linebackers were gone, and we moved kids there, but the lack of experience and knowing when to flow and when to go showed up several times.
And this week, you're back home for only the second time this year as Waterloo Christian will come to your place. And they're a team that has had a little bit of success here this season. What have you noticed about them on film?
Well, I mean, they're 2-3. They're the same as we are. So you got to keep that in mind. They're not as physical as some of the teams we've seen. They don't have a couple of 240 and 50, 60 pounders up front like some of the teams we've seen. This is their second year, and you can tell their kids have more football knowledge, than they did last year. I was just telling the coach that, they're going to at least attack you instead of standing there taking it this year. Offensively, they do a lot of different things.
And when a team does a lot of different things, how much of a challenge is that to prepare for?
Well, that's hopefully that's where we went back to basics this week and say we're going to this is the defense we're going to run. Okay, and you just got to adjust to it and get off blocks and go make tackles is what it's going to amount to. So right now we're working on getting better at our basics here this week and the next couple of weeks. Actually, just make sure we can get off blocks and tackle and get to where you need to be. Find the ball.
All right, Coach. Hopefully you can get back on the winning track this week. Keep your guys healthy. We wish best of luck.
Thank you, sir.
Mark Scott, head coach of the Turkey Valley Trojans. Trojans at home against Waterloo Christian this week.